Good afternoon, class. How are you, everybody? Okay, why don't you ask me whether I am all right or not? I am also fine. Okay, and but too early for the next class. Okay, now today what are we supposed to learn? I think we have learned about active and passive voice. Today we are supposed to have a discussion with you. Okay, it's going to be a general discussion with you about active and passive voice. Let me know what you know about active and passive voice. What is active voice and what is passive voice? Anyone? What is the difference between active and passive voice? Okay, Tamid.
Sir, in active voice we give emphasis on the subjects, means the subjects performs the actions. And in the passive voice, we give emphasis to the actions.
Emphasis on the action. Very good answer. In the active voice, we give emphasis on the performer who performs the action. But in the passive voice, we give emphasis on the actions, not the performer, not the subject. Very good answer. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, is there anyone who can let the class know about the structure, genuine structure of active voice? There is a genuine structure, surely. What is your name? Nafi. Okay, Nafi, which structure do we follow in active voice?
The structure of active voice is subject plus verb plus object.
Surely. There is only one structure in active voice, that is subject plus verb plus object. We don't follow subject plus verb plus adverbial or subject plus verb plus complement. But my next question is, how can we understand whether the sentence has an object or complement or adverbial? How can we understand that? Can you remember in one of my classes we got the clarification about that? How can we understand if this sentence has an object? By putting two questions, can you remember? By putting two questions on the verb, what and whom?
Yes, sir.
What and whom? For example, I play football. Play what? Football. I give him a letter. Whom? Give whom? Him. So if you find answer in response to these two questions, one of these two questions, what and whom, it means that this sentence has object. If your sentence does not have any object, you cannot convert it into its passive voice or passive form. Okay? For example, he is happy, you cannot convert it into passive voice. For example, he runs fast, you cannot convert it into passive voice. Have you got the point?
Yes, sir.
If you want to transform an active voice into its passive form, this sentence must have object. So it follow one single structure, that is subject plus verb plus object. And this structure definitely gets modified in response to various aspects of tense. For example, in present indefinite tense, it follows directly subject plus verb plus object. In present continuous tense, you have to add being. In present perfect tense, you have to add been. In present perfect continuous tense, you have to add have been being. Have you got the point? But you cannot avoid the basic structure, that is subject plus verb plus object. But you must have ability to modify this structure in response to various aspects of tense. Okay? For example, present continuous tense has one kind of requirement, past continuous tense has another kind of requirement. You must understand that. Let's clarify our understanding with example. We are going to write some examples, and these examples will be converted into their passive form. I am inviting someone. Azim, can you come here and write down the examples? I am telling the examples and your task is to write them down. First one is write down, I watch a movie. I watch a movie. Okay. What type of tense is it? Can you clearly see the structure subject plus verb plus object?
Yes, sir.
Which one is object here? A movie. And movie is a phrase here. Okay. A phrase can consist of more than one word. Okay. You have to understand the unit. You cannot say only movies. You have to write MOB. You have to understand the unit of the subject, unit of the verb, unit of the object. Okay. So what is our first task? Our first task is to convert this object into its subjective form. Okay. This is the first task. Okay, convert it. Bring MOB at the very beginning of the sentence. MOB. So MOB definitely has its cannot be converted into any other thing. There are some pronouns which have their subjective and objective forms. Okay. For example, I has to be converted into me. They has to be converted into them. He has to be converted into him. She has to be converted into her. And you know about them. Okay. But name cannot be converted into any other thing. Okay. For example, Rohim. Our first task is to convert object into its subjective form. And then we have to bring auxiliary verb in response to subject. If the subject is third person singular number, then auxiliary verb has to respond to the subject. Okay, there are 3 auxiliary verbs for present indefinite tense: am, is, and are. You must use am, is, or are. There is no any alternative option in passive voice. But in active voice, 90% time we do not use am, is, are. Have you got the point? Only in passive voice, it is mandatory that you use am, is, or are in response to the subject. Your verb has to agree with the subject. So here and then after auxiliary verb, you should bring B3 form of the verb. I mean past participle form of the verb before a preposition. In 95% time we choose by. But you in the previous class you came to know there are some verbs which follow certain preposition.
Yes, sir.
Okay, which preposition the verb contain follow? Yes, which one contain?
Sir, some of them are, sir,
Contain follow in.
yes, sir.
Telecast.
Interested in then
Telecast.
telecast on.
Telecast on. No. To. I know him is known to me.
Yes, sir.
Surprise at. Okay. So there are some definite verbs which follow definite prepositions. Okay. We knew about them in the previous class. Okay. We'll come to this point later. Thank you. Be seated. Now write down our next example, that is present continuous tense. Erase them first. They are playing football. Second one. They are playing football. Who can convert it into is? Anaf, come here quickly. Come here. Okay. Other ones will also be brought. Be ready. A football is being played by them. Okay. A football is being played by them. Okay. So here you can notice that for present continuous tense it is mandatory to bring being.
Yes, sir.
Okay, continuous tense. For any continuous tense, present continuous or present perfect continuous, past continuous or past perfect continuous, future continuous or future perfect continuous, you must bring being before the B3 form of the verb. Okay, go to the next example, that is present perfect tense. She has bought a car. She has bought a car. Who can now come? Yes, Asif, come here. Okay. Convert it. She has bought a car. A car has been এত দূর কেন and has been bought by her. Okay, so you can notice that here auxiliary verb is has been. We have used auxiliary verb has been before the B3 form of the verb.
Yes.
For present perfect tense, you must being have been or has been. We use has been only for third person singular number, not even first person singular number. Only for third person singular number you can use has been. Okay, so we can go to the next example, that is present perfect continuous tense. I have been reading a book. The next example, I have been reading a book. Write it quickly. Now who can answer? Sinan, come here. Okay. I have been reading a book. Write it quickly. Okay. I have been reading a book. Who can give the answer orally? Yes, Adip.
A book has been being
Read by me. Okay, spelling is the same. But if you mean it past indefinite or past perfect tense, then it has to be read. A book has been read by me. A book has been being read by me. So what is mandatory here? Being for continuous tense. For continuous tense, we must use being. Okay. A book has been being read by me. So here again has been because it is perfect tense. At the same time as it is present perfect continuous tense, you must use being. And then preposition, and then finally objective form of the pronoun I. I is the subjective form and its objective form is me. Okay, now we can go to the next one, that is past indefinite tense. I ate rice, the example. I ate rice. Now here tense has changed. So you have to change the auxiliary verb also.
Yes.
Okay, so looking for another one, we will convert it into. Yes, Tamit, come. I ate rice. It is past tense. And how many auxiliary verbs do we have for past indefinite tense? Was and were. We have only two auxiliary verbs for past indefinite tense. Was and were. And which subject I will choose was? First person singular number and third person singular number. Not only first person and third person singular number will choose was. So what is the answer? Let's check the answer. Rice was eaten by me. Okay, so was, we have used was because it is past indefinite tense. It is past indefinite tense. We use was because it is past indefinite tense. Now we are looking for another example, that is they are playing cricket. They are playing cricket. Again, it is continuous tense. And one thing we have to bring. What is that? Being. And it is past tense. Then which auxiliary verb will we select?
They was.
They were playing football. Then verb, auxiliary verb will go for football. Football is third person singular number. And it has to accept was third person singular number. Okay? Yes, Nishat, come. So they were playing cricket. Who can orally give the answer? Okay, you stand up.
Cricket is being played by them.
Is being.
Sorry,
Was being. Why is it was being? Past continuous tense. So you have to take tense into your consideration before doing that. Keep it in mind. You are right, you know the thing, but you should not be careless. Okay? So that is the exact answer. Cricket was being played by them. Okay, that is the correct answer. Okay, you can erase it and we'll go for the next one, that is past perfect tense. He had finished the job. He had finished the job. What type of tense is it? He had past perfect tense. And in perfect tense, we automatically have to chose auxiliary verbs. Which auxiliary verbs do we have to? Had been. Only one option for past perfect tense. Had been. But in present perfect tense we have two options. Has been and have been. But in past perfect tense we have only one option, that is had been. Okay, you come here. What is your name? Nafi. Nafi, your name. Yes, come here, Nafi. Yeah, convert it. He had finished the job. Okay. Is there anyone who can orally give the answer? Who can orally? Yes. New student. You.
The job had been finished by him.
Yeah, the job had been finished by him. The job had been. There is only one option, that is had been. No has been here. Keep in mind, only one option, that is had been. Had been finished by him. He is the subjective form and the objective form of he is him. Can you tell me what is the possessive form of he? What is the possessive form of he? His. His is the possessive form. So you need to know about the case, nominative case, possessive case, objective case. Okay? And then we can go to the next example, that is past perfect continuous tense. Okay? They had been doing the work. They had been doing the work. What type of tense is that? Past perfect continuous tense. Okay, again it is continuous tense, and in continuous tense one thing is mandatory, which is that? Being. And we know for perfect tense we have been, had been, and then had been should be followed by being. Okay, before the B3 form of the verb. So then who can give the answer orally? Yes, Abid.
The work had been being done by them.
By them. The work had been being done by them. The objective form of they is them. What is the possessive form of the, possessive form of the subject they? What is the possessive? There. There is the possessive. Be seated. Thank you. Now we can go to the next tense, that is future. Okay, answer? No problem. We got the answer. We can go to the future indefinite tense. I will play football. I will play football. Okay, who can give me the answer? Okay, in future tense, one thing is mandatory, that is be. Be. Okay, who can? New one, yes. You come here. You. Okay, new student. I will play football. Okay, who can give us the answer orally? Okay. Yes, you.
Football will be played by me.
Football will be played by me. Okay, go to the next example. Erase it quickly. Okay, we'll take just 3 to 4 minutes. Okay. We are just about to finish the class. Just give us 2 minutes. Okay. And then write down 3 examples. I will be reading a book. I will be reading a book. And write down the next example. She will have finished the job. She will have finished the job. Will have finished the job. She will have been writing the letter. Okay, I want the answer orally. Need 3 students to provide the answer. Yes, Anna, give the first answer.
Sir, a book will be
being, because it's continuous tense.
Will be being read by me.
A book will be being read by me. And what is the next one? What is the answer of the next one? Yeah, Hasib.
The job will have been finished by.
The job will have been finished by her. And what is the last one? What is about the last one? Yes, Adib.
A letter will have been being written by her.
Written by her. A letter will have been being written by her because it's again continuous tense. As it is perfect continuous tense, we have to use will have been or shall have been. In modern days, we always use will have been. Okay, but keep in mind that we have another option, that is shall. And shall, we always use shall after which subject? First person singular and first person plural. Okay, that's all about active and passive voice. I mean about assertive sentence. We have finished active and passive voice of assertive sentence. In the next class, we will deal with interrogative imperative sentence. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Have a great day. Have you understood everything? Okay, thank you.